Hey guys, Sonic Smash Bros. Here, and well, we're back to Speed Duels, once more back to Synchron Quasar, and once more in King of Games, during the GR Fest event. Yeah, I kinda grinded more Speed Duels than Rush Duels, that's just more my thing, and well, you can clearly tell why. So, with Jet Synchron off the ban list, shockingly, I didn't change the list too much. Pretty much only one thing changed, so let's just cut to the chase. The Synchro chase to be exact. Yeah, I had to. Anyway, a Bond Illuminates the future. Each effect is once per duel, and you can change the position of cards set by the skill. First effect, send a Synchron or a level 2 Wind Warrior with 1,000 or less attack from hand to grave. Add a Synchron from deck to hand, then add Synchro chase to the field from outside of the deck. You know the drill with Synchro Chase by now. Opponent can't activate cards or effects in response to the effect activations of your Synchro monsters with Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust in the original names. And once per turn, if you Synchro summon a Synchro monster with one of those names, you can bring back one of the materials in defense mode. Second effect, send all monsters you control to the graveyard. If the total of the original attack of those monsters is a combined 2,500 or more, set 2 random Sire Dragons with different names out of the 4 from outside of your deck. You know what this can summon by now. And turn 3 and onward, return a Stardust Dragon from the field or graveyard to the extra deck, then change the level of all Synchro monsters you currently control to level 2, and set Lifestream Dragon from outside of the deck. More often than not, we're using this before we're using the Siren Dragons lately, because honestly, there's so many times where you just don't need to worry about that. And so, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Double Junk Synchron. When normal summon, you can target a level 2 or lower in grave, special summon and defense with effects negated. Same old deal, same old classic Junk Synchron. The Double Doppel Warrior. When a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if it's sent to the grave as Synchro material, you can special summon 2 Doppel tokens in attack position for level 1 Dark Warrior type monsters with 400 attack and defense each. Double Jet Synchron, now off the ban list completely, although I personally wanted to go back to Limit 3, and I'll talk about why a little bit later. If this card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, you can add a junk monster from deck to hand. Or if it's in your grave, you can send the card from hand to grave, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. One effect per turn, only once that turn, and once more keep in mind, if you discard to bring back Jet Synchron, the skill ignores the banish rule. Double Junk Converter, you can discard this card and a tuner, add a Synchron from deck to hand. If it's into the grave as Synchro material, you can target a tuner in the grave, special summon it in defense, but it can't activate effects this turn. Once per turn on both effects, but it's just so good. And we have our one-ofs. The Synchron Explorer, when normal summoned, you can target a Synchron in the grave, special summon it, but effects are negated. And the newest addition, the Synchron Carrier. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Synchron monster in addition to your normal summoner set once per turn. If another Synchron monster is sent to the graveyard as a Synchro material with a Synchro summon of a Warrior type or Machine type Synchro monster while you control this card, you can special summon 1 Synchron token that is a level 2 Earth Machine monster with 1,000 attack and no defense. And this effect is once per turn. We're never using that, it's just there for the extra normal summon. That's it for monsters. On to spells, no traps, double Forbidden Lance. Target a face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. It loses 800 attack, but it's unaffected by the effects of other spell and trap cards. As much as I want to play 3, I hate back row so freaking much. We don't exactly have the room while keeping this as consistent as possible. And besides, unless you're live twins, which are absolutely cancerous right now, back row doesn't come up that often, and half the time lances aren't enough anyway. So I'd rather play consistently across the board than build heavily into one matchup that I'm probably going to lose anyway. And even then, what if I don't run into it? Exactly. Triple Cosmic Cyclone, pay 1,000, target a spell or trap on the field, and banish it. As I mentioned, back row is a problem. Double Tuning, add a Synchron tuner from deck to hand, but send the top card of the deck to the grave. You know how reliable this is by now. And lastly, the Triple Forbidden Chalice. Target a face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. It gains 400 attack, but the effects are negated. This is really funny if you play this into U-Bell. Like, literally, I've had a situation where they tried to swing a U-Bell for game to do burn damage, except they ran right into a chalice. On to the extra deck, of course, the main event, the Shooting Quasar Dragon. Must be synchro summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Maximum number of attacks per battle phase equals the number of non-tuner synchro monsters used to synchro summon it. Once per turn, during the player's turn, you have it on the negate, and when it leaves the field, you can special summon one Shooting Star Dragon from the extra deck. Of course, we still have the Stardust Warrior. During the player's turn, if your opponent with special summon monsters not through an effect, you contribute this card, negate the summons, and if you do, destroy those monsters. During the end phase, if this activated successfully, you can special summon it from your graveyard. And if this face-up card is destroyed by battle, or if it leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while you control it, you can special summon one level 8 or lower Warrior Synchro monster from the extra deck, and it's treated as a Synchro summon. We don't have room for floats, unfortunately. Give us an extra deck plus already, Konami. We could really use a float here. The Limit 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, now our only limited card in this list. Once per turn during either player's turn, when another monster's effect is activated, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that monster, and if you do that, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack until the end of the turn. And if it battles a level 5 or higher monster, during damage calculation, you can make this card gain attack equal to that monster's current attack during that damage calculation only. Although it is a forced activate, so what am I saying? Well, technically it's a forced activate if you can activate it, because, you know, Legendary Swordsman is a thing. Because BLS still isn't dead, apparently. Of course, the Stardust Dragon, the timeless classic himself. During the player's turn, when a counter effect is activated that will destroy a card or cards on the field, you contribute this card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. And if this activated successfully during the end phase, you can special summon it from your graveyard. The timeless classic, the boy himself. And thanks to having a new combo, thanks to Synchron Carrier, a bit more useful this time around. There is actually a combo line that lets you get out Stardust and Crystal Wing on the same turn. I forget if I show it here or not, though. Of course, we still have the Formula Synchron. When this card is synchro summoned, you can draw one card, and once per chain during your opponent's main phase, you can basically excel Synchro. Catapult Warrior. Once per turn, you contribute one junk monster and inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of the original attack of the attributed monster. This isn't entirely bad. In some situations, it's actually good to use this. In fact, in some situations, if, say, your Synchro Chase gets blown up, but you have the Carrier line, you can use this to get Junk Synchron off your field while still having a Crystal Wing on board. The Scarred Warrior. Your opponent cannot target face-up warrior-type monsters for attacks except for this one, and once per turn if it would be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed. And lastly, Tatsunoko. If this Synchro Summon monster will be used as Synchro material, one monster in your hand can be used as one of the other materials, and it's unaffected by other monsters' effects. Let's get straight to the replays, and I have a couple of bonus ones to show, one of which I'm personally really proud of, so I wanted to show this game. Yeah, on my climb on the way to getting to Legend 5, I ran into a Duel Links content creator. And he was working on, I'm just going to call it this because this is what I like to call it, Familiar Possessed Mech Knight. They refer to it as Spirit Charmer Mech Knight. Familiar Possessed Mech Knight is more fitting. This was one crazy match, so this is definitely a bonus replay. So, the main combo. All you need is Jet Synchron and Doppel Warrior. As always, you're going to be milling Jet Synchron to the graveyard with Bond Illuminates the Future's first effect, then adding the Junk Synchron and setting the Synchro Chase. Flip the Synchro Chase here to scout out DD Crow. Then you're going to normal summon Junk Synchron. As you can see, get Jet Synchron to your field, and that triggers Doppel Warrior. Use the Junk Synchron and the Doppel Warrior to Synchro Summon Scarred Warrior to the extra monster zone, and going first, you want this thing in defense mode for the extra little bit of battle protection. Next up, you're gonna trigger Doppel Warrior's Graveyard Effect and get your 2 Doppel tokens. Use Jet Synchron and one of the tokens to Synchro Summon Formula Synchron. You've seen this combo plenty of times from me by now. Chain 1 Formula Synchron, Chain 2 Jet Synchron. This way you search your Junk Converter and then you get your extra draw. In this case, I had a tuning in hand and 2 back row cards, so I wanted to set up for next turn. Anyway, use Formula Synchron and the other Doppel token to Synchro Summon Tatsunoko. Just setting the back row at that point. Use Tatsunoko and the Junk Converter you just added to your hand to Synchro Summon Catapult Warrior. At this point, activate Synchro Chase and bring back your Tatsunoko. Then, you're going to activate Junk Converter's effect as a Chain Link 2 to bring back Formula Synchron. At this point, the combo breaks. So let's talk about it in 3, 2, 1. So at this point, you can do one of 2 things. You can use Formula Synchron, Catapult Warrior, and Scarred Warrior to Synchro Summon Shooting Quasar Dragon. Don't do this turn 1 ever unless you are dealing with Monarchs. You need to be able to stop Stormforth. What you can also do is use the Tatsunoko and the Catapult Warrior and just Synchro Summon Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. This sets up a really obnoxious end board. You're not going to see the full effect here, but this was really good.
Here I come. I draw a card. Feast your eyes.
So, Awakening of the Charmers. Yeah, this is a thing.
My face down card. Here I go. I activate a continue. Here I go.
What annoys me is that this wasn't with Blair because she does have voice lines for these cards for some reason. Anyway, Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden. Neck Knight Purple Nightfall. And he was gonna run over the formula, so I kinda had no choice but to at least do this. Yeah, I needed to get Stardust Warrior in play ASAP. He took this chance to get Purple Nightfall off the field and search for another Mech Knight. Special summons Blue Sky. This is not through an effect, so Stardust Warrior gets to say no.
Oh yeah. Nice battle. My monster's gonna stop ya.
Cosmic Cyclone? Here's the thing. I Cosmic Awakening of the Possessed specifically to protect Crystal Wing. And Stardust Warrior gets to come back.
I end my turn.
My turn. I draw. The tuner monster Junk Synchron.
Now, I know for a fact that I don't have game here even with the Quasar. Reason being, those 2 back rows are a problem.
Take flight, Stardust Dragon.
So Stardust gets to come out and play for a bit. And this never gets old. So Scarred Warrior, just in case something goes completely wrong, as it's about to do.
I special summon a monster.
Stardust Warrior attacks.
Freaking Possessed Partnerships.
My monster attacks.
Still gonna win.
Let's see what you can do.
I'm sinking. This dude's looking dice. I draw. My face down card activates. Get ready.
So both my Crystal Wing and my Stardust Warrior are just kinda gone. Here's the annoying part. I actually have to not chalice the Purple Nightfall here. I have to chalice Stardust. Reason being, if I chaliced the Purple Nightfall, that could have been Dingirsu, Stardust would have been engraved, and I would have had nothing left. Because Scarred Warrior can only protect itself in battle once. And here's the thing, he ends up going into Shining number 39, Utopia the Lightning. This was a bit of a weird play, but it worked.
Let's have ourselves a battle. My monster's got gonna stomp ya.
Scarred Warrior's battle protection actually saved me here.
My monster attacks. My monster's effect activates.
Make sure he can run over the Stardust,
You're the toughest I've
My turn's
faced.
over.
This
but it's not over
test
yet.
will go beyond
There's
my
still
limits.
one more turn.
It's my turn. I draw. Jet Synchron.
Jet is still in the graveyard, so we can just get rid of the Synchron carrier because we don't need it here.
A duelist's job is to give life to
That's
the cause.
2,600, and that's all we need.
Up here, Black Rose Dragon. My friend's very soul. Red Dragon Archfiend. Each card has power waiting to be unleashed. Evolve! Life Stream Dragon! I'll rev it up to blast through my limits.
You knew this was coming.
The stars unite to brighten the future. Form the road of light. Limit over Excel Synchro. The evolution of light. Shooting Quasar Dragon.
And for good measure, Chalice Utopia the Lightning. So even if he had Utopia Ray to have an extra overlay unit,
This will end you. Attack.
I'd negate the purple Nightfall with Quasar. And the Chalice would keep him from activating Utopia the Lightning's
Tired of
effect.
being the loser. I'll get you next time.
Growing up on the streets taught me everything has value. So every card and move led me to this victory.
That was a checkmate situation no matter what off of a top deck. That is what we call a clear mind moment right there. And the last of these bonus replays I've got to show before we get to the climb proper. I'm mainly taking this chance to talk about a strategy that, while it is definitely unique, I also think it's a bit flawed.
I'll prove that nothing and no one is useless.
By combining my cyber legacy with the underworld deck, you don't stand a chance. Duel.
It's go time. A duelist.
Unfortunately, I have to pitch Junk Synchron here.
Here's my
That's
face down.
going
I
to
activate
suck.
my monster's effect. I need your help. I activate my monster's effect. Here's my tuner monster of counting. I synchro
So,
Jet
here's the other
Synchron's
part of this
effect.
combo. All you need is Jet Synchron. As you can tell,
Synchro summon a
send
monster.
Jet, search Synchron Explorer, let Explorer bring back Jet, and the rest of this goes pretty similar. Now here's a rare case where I do something that ends up being my undoing. I'm thinking, okay, this is probably Cyber Dragon of some sort. I've seen it running around.
I activate my monster's effect.
So I make the mistake of using Junk Synchron for the
The
Synchro
tuner
Summon.
monster Junk Synchro. Okay.
Yeah, that was my first and worst mistake.
I synchro summon a monster.
You'll see why later. But for now, yeah, you can probably tell how this combo plays out pretty much the same. Once again, no need for Synchro Chase. That's the thing. With this specific build, even if your Synchro Chase gets blown up, you still have a consistent end board. And it's really nice.
It's my turn. I
So, here's the deal.
I activate a continuous
It ended up
spell.
being Lunalight, and I know what he's going for. Fatal 5 with Cat Dancer.
I summon a monster in attack position.
So, I need to talk about this strategy.
Activates.
While it is definitely a creative idea,
Effect activates.
it is extremely flawed. For one thing, this requires that your opponent has 3 monsters on the field in the first place, let alone ones that can't interact with you.
I fusion summon a
For
monster.
2, if they only have 3 monsters, and one of them is an attack position Crystal Wing,
My monster's effect activates.
or just a Crystal Wing at all,
My monster's
your effect with Cat Dancer during your attacks is a forced activate. So Crystal Wing will just tell you no.
I'll use this. I watch this. I summon a monster.
Yeah, you really don't go Fatal 5 for this. I get the idea, but I don't like it personally.
My monster's effect activate. I'm setting a call.
While it was smart to try and force the Crystal Wing negate, and he ended up succeeding here,
I activate my monster's effect.
because otherwise it would have been over.
Going down. My
I knew
monster
you'd try that.
attacks.
Here's my face down card. I activate a quick play spell.
Yeah,
Activates.
this is why it would have been over.
Going down. My monster attacks you. Direct your power.
So yeah, Fatal 5 Luna Light is flawed. I'd stick to just using the actual character with a new skill.
It's my turn.
400 life points down, but as you can tell, never out.
Jump Synchron's effect. I need your help. I'm wearing the marks of endless wars. His spirit still burns.
We may be down, but it'll take more than that to take us out. And you're gonna see why.
Scarred warrior.
Like, true,
I activate a
you may have gotten rid of my best
I activate
basic
my
out,
monster's effect.
but here's the thing. I know that that face down is tanky.
The tuner monster
We know that
jump
your
synchron.
cards in hand are fusion
Tuner
spells.
monster jump synchron.
So,
The hopes of the world coalesce into a single star.
this is game.
Let's rev it up.
This is what happens when you don't play decks with the proper characters, folks. I know I went on kind of a bit of a rant there, but
Take flight. Stardust Dragon.
it was relevant, okay? It was relevant. Yeah, Fatal 5 is a very interesting skill, but it's honestly just a gimmick. Like, you'd think you'd see something like that with Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon or something, I don't know. Pfft.
A duelist's job is... Up here, Black Rose Dragon! Sword to power, Black Wing Dragon! A duelist's job is to give life to their cards. Evolve, Life Stream Dragon!
And it's just over. You know what's coming.
I'll rev it up to blast through my limitations. The stars you... The evolution of light. Shooting Quasar Dragon! I'm not scared to attack. Attack shooting Quasar Dragon! Go! Not good. My monster attacks you directly.
Yep. When I needed it to most, the cards actually came through. That was a true clear mind moment.
This is the strength of our friendship.
Yeah, let it be known. If I get the draw, I'm never out. Once more, that's what you get for playing the deck without the proper character. And now, on to the climb proper, which, shockingly, it didn't only take one attempt this time, like it did that one time where I was on a 14 win streak, but it only took 3, which is still a pretty amazing amount for my usual runs.
Dueling has always set us on the right path.
And we're up against
so let's settle
Black
the differences
Wings.
in a duel.
Just 'cause you're my buddy doesn't mean I'll go easy on ya.
Duel. It's might. A duelist.
And unfortunately, I do have to give up the
tuner monster Junk Synchron.
Junk Synchron here, which is gonna suck. But you've seen this combo plenty of times already, so we're gonna speed this along.
I activate a continuous spell. I activate my
Cosmic
monster
and Lance, admittedly, I kind of like this setup.
Synchro tuner. Okay. I'm counting on it. I synchro summon a monster.
Because if this ended up being the Blackwing build where they just go Ancient Fairy, pop the mountain, search Necro Valley, I was ready. If it was Black Whirlwind, I was ready.
It's my turn.
I wasn't ready for this.
My continuous spell. My continuous spell.
The double Black Whirlwind.
Blackwing. My continuous spell. My continuous spell. Black
I knew
Whirlwind.
you'd try that. Synchron's effect action. Strike with a fist that crushes the strongest steel. Excel Synchro. Appear! You're not the only one full of surprise. Okay.
And so I'm just gonna go Stardust Warrior early and then bring back the Crystal Wing.
Harmatan the duck! Harmatan the duck! Effect activates!
How's this for an answer? I activate my monster's effect.
Not sorry, I'm a quote
Let's go Blackwing!
freaking Dr. Evil there for a second. How about no?
I synchro summon a monster!
Check out
Yeah,
the
nice try with that
Warrior's
Clear Wing
effect.
play there, buddy. Not treated as being on the field yet.
Steam the cloaks effect act. Here it comes! Steam the cloaks effect the tuner monster Blackwing!
So Steam the Cloak ended up proving pretty useful here.
Synchro summon! Let's go! Assault Blackwing! Chidori the rain sprinkling! Steam the cloaks effect activates! Watch this! Let's battle! Chidori the rain
There's still
sprinkling
hope for
attacks!
I activate my check out Stardust. Appear!
So here's the unfortunate thing about that. That forced me to take a risk.
It's go time. My turn. I draw. I activate my spell card. Tuning. A duelist job.
Thankfully, Black Rose showed up. If that was Black Winged in RDA, it was over.
Soar to. Here's my tuner monster, Jet Synchron. The hopes of the world coalesce into a single star. Take flight.
And so, you know how this goes.
Up here. Each card. Evolve. I'll rev it up to blast through my limitations.
And even better, Quasar gets boosted by the mountain. I don't need to freaking use my lance here.
Attack, shooting, Quasar
So,
target.
worst came to worst, I held it for next turn.
It's my turn! I draw! I end my turn!
It's go time. I draw. I'll battle. Take this.
And well, he had nothing left. That was probably a Simoon the Poison Wind or something, I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
No matter the.
The one time you don't want to see Simoon. Anyway. Moving on. So that one was pretty fun. Let's see what's up next, shall we? Oh yay, Neos Jubel. Although honestly, I'll say it now. The Neos Fusion Unlimit was a mistake. And that's still not enough to push Neos Jubel into the best deck in the format. Think about that for a second.
Let's rev it up.
Tenki and right now Live Twin Trap Spam Cancer are the kings.
Share them with you.
Duel.
Here I go. It's my turn.
Alright, Jubel, get your summon animation. We've seen it before.
Duel.
So, fun little bit of trivia. If you have the card sleeves from, I believe it's one of the Rise of Jubel events, then you would know that Jubel's design got censored between the anime and Duel Links. And admittedly, the censored design arguably looks better.
Duel. Terror incarnate. Since you yearn to suffer, I shall accommodate you. When Duel Terror incarnate leaves this dimension, a stronger form descends. Duel, the ultimate nightmare, is upon you! In my ultimate form, I cannot be destroyed in battle. Allow me to express my pain.
Adds that Neos must have been a bad top deck round.
It's my turn. I draw. Witness the bond with my cards.
So, this round got a bit weird.
I flip over my face down card.
That's a shame.
I activate
MST
my
incoming.
Face down.
Cosmic in response to get rid of another one of these cards. Because with my combo line, as you'll see,
Tuner monster junk sync.
we don't freaking need Synchro Chase.
That's a shame.
Synchron's effect. Here's my
So in this
tuner.
case, we
I
have to
activate my
pitch for
monster's
Jet,
effect.
so we don't get the search for Junk
Okay.
Converter.
I
What's it
special
matter? I
summon
already
monster.
have Converter in hand.
Wearing the marks of endless wars, his spirit still burns. Synchro Summon! Scarred Warrior! I activate my monster.
And as I will show here, we do not need Synchro Chase to get the Quasar out. So we're going to do the same thing as
I
usual.
special summon a monster. The Synchro Tuner Formula Synchron! I'll rev it up to blast through my limitations.
Yep.
The
Who needs
stars
Synchro
make
Chase,
the road to
folks?
the future. Form the road of life. Limit over Excel Synchro. The evolution of light. Shooting Quasar Dragon. I'm not scared to attack. Let's battle. Attack shooting Quasar Dragon.
Ultimate night.
And similar to how we used to counter you with Stardust Dragon, we're doing the same thing here.
Here I go. I attack you directly.
Bonk.
Again.
As a duelist,
Yeah, that's how that song and dance usually goes. Alright, next up... Oh, I'm forgetting what it was. I want to say... Oh yeah! I forgot about this! We got to see some Raid Raptors!
This is my battlefield.
Raptors Rising is legitimately a good skill.
my
You'll see
cards
what I
and
mean
my
a
friends
little
by my
bit, but
side,
not
I
the full
can't
effect of it,
lose.
unfortunately.
Hurry up. There are plenty others I need to take down.
duel.
Duel.
Yeah, try me,
my
buddy.
turn.
We're gonna do the same
Witness the
combo as
bond.
always. I grabbed the carrier there. I forget if I played that safe. No, I went in.
I synchro summon a monster.
So, since you know how this goes, again, I'm just gonna speed it up.
I activate a continuous spell.
Yeah, for some reason, this attempt just loved giving me the combo line.
The Synchro Tuner. I know what to do. Counting on it. I synchro summon a monster. I end my turn.
No matter what you play, I'll destroy it. My turn. I draw. Raid Raptor Vanishing Lanius. Raid Raptor Fuzzy Lanius.
I knew
effect
you'd try
activates
that.
from my hand.
Formula Synchron.
So,
Effect
Crystal
activated.
Wing,
Strike with the fist
Chain
that
Formula.
crushes the strongest steel. Excel Synchro.
bring back the Stardust Warrior. And because we synchro some of the Stardust monster, Chase kicks in.
I activate a
From my
continuous spell.
hand.
Unfortunately, Blizzard has something to say about that. So unfortunately, we're not going to get the 2 negates with 1 Crystal Wing.
Raid Raptor Vanishing Lanius. Vanishing Lanius. Raid Raptor Tribute Lanius. Tribute Lanius activates its effect. I banish Mimicry Lanius from my graveyard to use its effect. By hunting me down, you've become the hunted instead. Exceed Summon.
And so, we've got ourselves a Raid Raptor Force Strix.
Rise to the sky. Rank 4 Raid Raptor Force Strix. I use 1 overlay unit to activate Force Strix's effect. Soar on wings of courage. Talents ready for the rebellion. I exceed Summon.
Yeah, did I mention with Raptors Rising you can treat this thing as material for Rise Falcon?
Witness the ascent of Rank 4 Raid Raptor Rise Falcon.
That may very well be one of the best song animations in the entire game. Too bad, Stardust Warrior.
Raid Raptor paying Lanius' effect. Raid Raptor Ping Lanius. By hunting me down, you've become the hunted instead. Rise to the I use one overlay unit to activate Force Strix's effect. Raid Raptor Singing Lanius. I activate Strength Raid Raptor Strangle Lamp. Watch this. I build the overlay network. Exceed some.
Check out Stardust Warrior. Appear! Stardust Warrior!
I end my turn.
It's my turn.
And so he's got an Evil Swarm Nightmare on board.
Synchron's effect. Here's my tuner monster. Okay. I battle. Stardust Warrior and go.
Yeah, there's a good reason I didn't go Stardust here, even though I could
I
have.
attack you directly. Take this.
So we're just gonna smack him around just a little bit here.
No matter what you play, I draw. I always come.
This is the.
And he had nothing left. Like, literally nothing. Now, it's time for things to get really, 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 really toxic. And not the live twin trap spam kind. A different kind of trap spam. So, I'm gonna be blunt. This prick tried to floodgate and mill me through the deck. Basically, floodgate
With
mill.
my cards and my friends by my side, I can't lose.
I'll make you famous, or better yet, infamous. Duel! It's my turn. From my hand, check this spell card.
So, Pot of Duality, freaking Dimensional Fissure, which is one of the biggest reasons why I hate Pot of Duality.
It's my turn. I draw. Each card has power waiting to be unleashed. Here's my face down card. I need your help. I activate my monsters. Here's my tuner monster. I know what to do.
So, at the very least, I could guarantee Scarred Warrior, which has a decent amount of attack, so I could potentially just run whatever over. Unfortunately, Destiny Hero Defender.
My turn. I draw. Check out my face down card. Let's see.
Paleozoic Canadia,
Monsters of Death.
and Ra's Disciple to get another one.
Battle. Cruising time.
So, Scarred Warrior wasn't sticking around.
It's my turn. I draw.
Like that'll work. I'll use my monsters of
The tuner monster Junk Synchron.
Destiny Hero Defender forces me to draw multiple times.
Tuning. I activate my spell card. Tuning. I'm not
I was more than okay with giving up Doppel.
this. My monster. I end my
my
turn.
turn. I draw from my hand.
Mystic Box.
Spell card. I got more surprises in store
It's go
for
time.
you.
I
Didn't want to flip the lance there, namely because, well, this here.
I activate my monsters.
I actually could have taken game right here, but I was an idiot and forgot about the fact that Ra's Disciple prevents you from special summoning.
I end my
My
turn.
turn. I draw from my hand. Check this spell card.
Part of me questions why he went with fricking
My
It's
turn.
my turn. I draw.
Slow down. Oh, my
that in the first place,
My face down
but
card.
that worked out in my
From
favor.
my hand.
Yeah, I don't think he was counting on me having Cosmics.
Jet Synchron's effect. Here's my tuner monster. I synchro summon a monster.
And so I still had access to Catapult Warrior, and well, you know how this goes from here.
A single star. Let's rev it up. Synchro summon.
So here's the option select. If he took Scrap Iron Scarecrow, Quasar would have said no. If he took Mirror Force, Quasar would have said no.
Take flight. Stardust Dragon.
So even though he lives this turn, he's got nothing left.
Each card has power waiting to be unleashed. mighty, the majestic, my friend's very soul. A duelist's job is to give life to their cards. Evolve! Lightstream Dragon! I'll set a card. I'll rev it up to blast through my limitations. The stars... The evolution of light. Shooting Quasar Dragon! I'm not scared to attack. Take this. Attack, shooting...
So his defenders are gone. One card in hand from the draw phase this turn. And with only 2 cards left in the deck, I'm able to break through. Yeah, that was toxic. Was not about to let that end my run. No way in hell. And so we wrap things up with yet another Neos Bell.
Jaden, I know you and I will have a fun duel.
I know Duel. Here I go. Let's go, Elemental Hero Neos.
Leads straight with the Neos. Must not have gotten Bell. But here's where it gets weird.
Bell lives within me. I activate the spell card, Miracle Contact.
He'll Miracle Contact here and shuffle in Effect Veiler for no reason.
I throw down a face down. I'm ending my turn.
I draw from my hand.
And we knew that was Super Poly. It had to have been.
The Bond.
So believe it or not, because of Carrier, I have game this turn.
I flip over my face.
Your moves are super sweet.
He just scoops right there,
No
though.
matter how difficult the duel.
So, before we actually get into my thoughts of Synchron Quasar this format, that was King of Games there, by the way, I am going to attempt to show off this combo. I'll give it, let's say, 4 shots. And let's show it on the rival himself if I can find him. There he is. This should give me a chance to do it.
Jack, I'll show you
Not
that
quite. I need one more card.
It's my turn. Watch this. Aaaaand my turn.
It's my turn.
Go ahead.
I
Attack.
draw.
That's not gonna do.
I activate my monster's effect. A duelist. Here's my face down card. I activate a from my hand. I activate a quick play spell.
So that's not gonna do it. Oh well.
The tuner monster Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron's effect. I need your help. I special.
May as well just get the doppel out.
Monster's effect. I need your help. I special summon a monster.
Go Catapult Warrior for the funny.
I synchro summon a monster. Level 5. I activate
Chase.
a continuous spell. I activate
Converter.
my monster's effect. The tuner monster Junk
Yeah,
Synchron.
can you tell I tend to play a bit
Activate
fast?
Catapult Warrior's effect. Diving catapult.
That's the best you got?
You know what? Let's get this out of my hand so it doesn't clog up my turns anymore.
Activate a quick play
Let's do that. pursuing.
Summon a monster. Battle. Go. I attack with my monster. I activate my monster.
And get out of here with that.
Here I go.
Alright, 3 more. If I don't get it, I'll just go into thoughts. I want to see if I can show it, because it is a nice combo to have if you can pull it off. Oh, right, this is going on. Just take my capsules while I can. Alright, trying this again. I've gotten this plenty of times. I don't know why I'm not getting it now. Going second again. This should be a good shot.
Jack.
There we go. We actually have everything we need.
Top of my game. You say, Duel.
Don't expect me to slow down. Come on out. I end my turn.
It's my turn.
Go ahead.
So, here's how the combo works. We're just going to set this so it's not in the way.
I'll set it
All
up.
you need is both your Jet Synchron and your Junk Synchron. You're going to activate Bond Illuminates. If you have Jet Synchron already, and you don't have the tuning start sheet, do this first, because you need to add the Synchron carrier. Otherwise, you risk milling it.
Here's my face down.
At this point, you can get away with searching for...
I activate my spell card.
Alright, since I have both my converters in hand, I'm just going to go ahead and do this.
I activate my monster's effect.
So here's what you do. You're going to normal summon Synchron Carrier. That technically can scout out for effect failure as well. Then you're going to normal summon your Junk Synchron.
The tuner monster Junk
Thanks to
Synchron.
Carrier's little extra normal summon. That's going to activate, getting you your Jet Synchron back.
Here's my tuner
At this point,
monster,
things should
Jet
start looking
Synchron.
familiar, because we're going to do the same thing as always. Jet and Carrier will make Tatsunoko.
Okay.
This is where you normally search Converter, but I already have it in hand.
Jet Synchron's effect.
In that situation, if you already have one of your converters in hand, and it's still there, you search your Junk Synchron for your next turn. Tatsunoko and the converter, specifically, you want to make Catapult Warrior. If your Synchro Chase gets blown up at this point, you can just use Catapult Warrior to get Junk Synchron off the field.
Level 5.
Don't activate Synchro Chase just yet. You're gonna want to use Converter
I activate
first.
my monster's effect.
Bring back the Tatsunoko.
I'm counting on you. I special
Then-
summon a monster.
Use one of your level 3 tuners and your Catapult Warrior to Synchro Summon Stardust Dragon to your main monster zone. You want this here. If you put it in the extra monster zone, that's going to clog up space later if you have to use the destruction prevention.
Take flight. Stardust Dragon.
This is where you proc Synchro Chase.
I
You're going to activate it here and bring back your Catapult Warrior.
Level 5.
The reason you go Catapult Warrior is partially for the Junk Synchron, but also because on your next turn, you want to have access to Scarred Warrior in case you get Junk Synchron or Synchron Explorer, because those two will get you Scarred Warrior. That plus Junk Synchron from the Synchro Chase, or from Converter, either works, will get you the 2500 you need for Bond Illuminates for the Signer Dragons, if you need it. But we're going to use our other level 3 and our Catapult Warrior to Synchro Summon Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon to the extra monster zone.
Summon a monster.
So there you go.
I'm not scared to attempt. Here I go. Attack.
I activate my
I
monster's
activate
effect.
my monster's effect.
2 tuners leads to Stardust and Crystal Wing.
Stardust Dragon. Cosmic Flare.
It's beautiful if you can pull that off. Yeah, now you see why that was game thanks to Carrier? And so with that, my final thoughts on Synchron Quasar with this particular list. The more things change, the more they stay the same. It's about as consistent as ever. Carrier just adds a little bit more consistency. It adds that extra combo line I just showed. Like I said, there's a lot of combo lines with Synchron Quasar, and this just gave us a whole new one to play with, to where if you just open your 2 tuners, you don't have to just go for just the Crystal Wing. You can add a little bit more defense in case you get hit with Dark Hole or something. I don't know. But things are becoming a bit more prominent that Synchron is starting to struggle a little bit more, especially with the top 2 decks of the format. Uncontested right now. Live Twin, Trap Spam, and Tenyi. You need to basically be going first. Hope to God they don't have hand traps in their opening hand. Have the Jet and Doppel combo. And possibly back row on top of that, just to be able to contest them. Is it doable? Yes, but good luck. It's rare you're going to get this. This is the only combo line that I think can really stand a chance against those. However, anything else, it can fight pretty well. If you get the cards you need at the exact moments you need them, there's a very good chance you'll always have a way through. It's annoying that you can get hit with Crow sometimes or Valor sometimes, but most of the time, I do mean most of the time, you will have a combo line through. But on that note, there's one last thing I need to talk about with Synchron Quasar before we wrap this up, and that's the skill. With Jet Synchron and Tuning both now off the list, the only way I could see Jet Synchron not going back to Limit 3 is if the skill gets restricted to being Synchron, Junk, and Warrior monsters in the main deck. Also Stardust monsters if it eventually gives us Stardust Synchron, Stardust Trail, Stardust Worm, those cards eventually. But I really suspect that the only way these 2 cards will stay off the ban list permanently is if the skill gets restricted. Because right now, we are seeing this skill being played completely wrong. We're seeing this being played as Earth's Arctic, or Mekk-Knight Crystron with just a little bit of Synchron splashed in there, or Necroz with a bit of Synchron splashed in there. That's not Synchron at that point. Just no. Absolute no. You don't do that. You don't tarnish the boy like that. You just don't. Yeah. As somebody who mains Bond Illuminates the Future, I not only suspect this skill to get restricted, I honestly want it to get restricted, so we can honestly just get rid of all the fake builds with this skill, with frickin' Earth's Arctic or the Mekk-Knight stuff and whatnot. We just need this to be our cards strictly. The Synchron and Warrior stuff, like the Junk, Synchron, Warrior, Stardust stuff. We just need it to be restricted to that in the main deck, and I think we'll be fine. But we'll see how things go from there afterward. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Synchron going forward. I am a bit scared now that Jet is off the list. But hopefully things are looking good for us, because honestly, Synchron Quasar, I've profiled it many times for a reason. It is my passion. It's the core of what I do in Duel Links through and through. Like, it is the soul behind my Duel Links content, if you will. Burning soul, even. With a clear mind. I had to, okay? I had to. Anyway. Yeah, I have hopes that Synchron Quasar will still be playable like this. If the skill gets hit, I'm really hoping it is, because man, do I want to keep playing it like this. And if they give us an extra deck plus and give us a way to play Shooting Star Dragon in here too for a float, ooh, we're gonna have a field day. But that's all I've really got to say on this. Not much else to say on things. Synchron Quasar, definitely powerful, even before Jet came off the list. So, who knows where things go from here. But that's it for this video. Until the next one, whatever it may be. Later, guys.